Hello, this is Mr. Jarvis. Welcome to MrJarvis.net. This is your place where you go every day to check in and to find out what assignments you're working on for today. So, as always, required, check in every single day. March 30th, you need to check in. So click the form, first name, last name, humanities class, 1, periods 1 or 2, periods 3 or 4, which one are you in? And then any comments or questions that you might have. Speaking of which, I really appreciate feedback. Emailed or in that comment section. Uh, I'd like to know how you're doing, how the workload's going for you. I really appreciate it. It really does help me. So let me know everything's fine. I'd love to hear both. Or if you need some additional assignments to do, or maybe you're feeling a little overwhelmed with everything that's due, or maybe you're misunderstanding the assignments, you're not sure where to find something, I'm happy to help you. Also on that note, we have the optional Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. every single school day. So you can check in there. So first thing you do is check in, then the survivor's essay. This is our task for Monday and Tuesday. You're going to turn it in on Wednesday. So you can find that on Google Classroom. And I just want to review the essay you're writing is solely on the one article from Junior Scholastic magazine. So you click the Junior Scholastic magazine. It's going to ask you to, if you're a teacher or a student, you're going to say you're a student. It's going to ask you to log in. I'm getting some other information here. I won't make it load, but you've all done that before. If you're having trouble accessing it, please let me know. I'll get you the article. I can email it to you as a PDF if worst comes to worst, but you should be able to access that. You did the required informational planning guide. I didn't give a due date for turning in, but you have this, and then I have a sample for you. You can take a look at that. Basically, the challenges that the kids, after being liberated from the concentration camps, faced after the liberation. Here's 3 you could use. And then in your paragraphs, you're going to write how other people helped them. And here's how they were helped in each of these 3 areas. And then there's furthermore sample thesis statement, and then details from the article, and then here's some tips on writing your article, some transition words phrases you can use. So we have the introduction, the body paragraphs. We're going to use 3, the 3 challenges here, and then a conclusion. And to go further than that, I have your essay right here. This is the essay you're writing. So I wrote an introduction for you, a sample. I did it quickly, so you might want to go through and see if you want to make changes, or if changes are necessary. I noticed they're color coded, and I wanted you to see that you're asked to open with a lead. The green is the lead or hook. So that's the lead or hook. The purple is the background information or forecasting. Basically, you're introducing your 3 subtopics, the 3 subtopics that were on that planning sheet. And then the red is your thesis statement. And you'll notice I have 2 sentences in red. The last sentence of my introduction, the first sentence of my closing paragraph. Everything in orange is a instruction. So here's where you write your first paragraph. You're writing all about the families being separated. If you want to take this essay in a different direction, you can. But you can keep this first paragraph. And if you do, I've forecasted the subtopics for you, and you can just write about them. Use details from the article. Use the descriptive language the article mentioned. So mention 500 miles, not even knowing if the parents were alive or dead. And when most of them found out their parents were no longer living, and the effect that had on them. So write about their physical health. Some of them looked like skeletons. They were near starvation, days within starvation, suffering from disease. Who helped them every day, getting them medicine, getting them food? How did they find these refugee camps and stuff? And then about the trauma they experienced. Some were repeating phrases over and over and over again. There was kids who would refuse to speak. And how did people try to make their lives feel normal again? Then close it off. You open with a restatement of your thesis statement and part with one last couple sentences to close out your essay. Give the reader something else to think about. Maybe draw a comparison to the Lost Boys of Southern Sudan, which happened not all that long ago. We had a presenter just before we had to close school who was one of those lost boys and a refugee in Sudan, still living today, talk to us. Different country, different circumstances, yet facing these same kinds of issues. So the problem persists today. You can close with something like that, meaning give the reader something to consider. Round it out. I'll leave that up to you. So that's your task for Monday and Tuesday to finish this essay, which has been started for you. You have Monday, Tuesday for that, and you're going to turn it in on Wednesday. Turn it in on Wednesday on Google Classroom. The Peloponnesian War Web Quest. That's on Google Classroom. A few people indicated they didn't know where they're supposed to find the information. So let me just review that with you. And a few people fell behind a little because they weren't sure. They didn't realize, or maybe I didn't explain it well enough. And I appreciate you contacting me and letting me know. But the causes of the war, where do you find the information? The 5 reasons for the cause of the Peloponnesian War at this link right here. You go to that link, and that's where you find it. During the war, what was it like? What happened during the war? Here are the different steps where you find the information for the questions below. This is the History Channel, okay, website. So because people have lost time on that, I gave you a little bit of a jump start on this. So you'll see here, you can check your answers. I have sections 1 through 3 written out for you here. So the answers are in red. You feel free to use them or make them your own. But now that you know how to do it, now you know where to find the answers. I'd like you to do section 4. And for that, you're going to click this link here and go to the website. And then answer the final 3 questions in 1 to 3 sentences, no more than 3 sentences. Summarize briefly, no more than 3 sentences, 1 to 3. What caused the Peloponnesian War to break out? How did the Peloponnesian War lead to the downfall of ancient Greece? How did the war show the triumph, meaning the victory of democracy? How did democracy survive this terrible war? This series of wars, really, 27 years of war. So you have that coming up. So let's just go down the list. That is also due Wednesday. It's really one section, a few questions. Just end of the day Wednesday. And now on Wednesday, April 1st, I'd like everybody to visit Zoom. I'll have an alternative activity if you can't get there at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. And we're going to do a Kahoot on ancient Greece. We're actually going to do 2. We're going to do one on Wednesday, April 1st, and we're doing another one on Friday, April 3rd. So like you can hone in, like if you weren't sure on some of the questions, you can get a second shot at them. It's going to be just for fun. I'm only going to grade your effort. Did you come? Are you trying? That's it. So beyond, if you have time and maybe some of you finished the essay, are well into the Peloponnesian War web quest, you can write questions for that very Kahoot, or you could be preparing for the ancient Greece Kahoot. Everything's on Google Classroom. Scroll down to social studies, and you'll find all the information there. Social studies, current Athens and Sparta. Anything on ancient Greece is fair game in our Kahoot. All right. So once again, please let me know. Monday, you have till Wednesday to finish that essay. You have till Wednesday to finish the web quest. It's only the last section. And join us for our Kahoot on Wednesday, April 1st on Zoom, and Friday, April 3rd on Zoom. And also, we're having Zooms every day at 10 a.m. So if you have questions, you can visit there. And then also, if you just want to see a little bit ahead, look at the week ahead, you can look at this. This is just a different format of what I showed you previously. So I just have Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Basically, Wednesday, our class is consisting mainly of playing the Kahoot. Okay, and then if you found that you were not able to ask some of the sections of questions, go back and study them. We're not going to have an official test on ancient Greece. I'm just going to be grading the tasks that you've done. So thank you, and please contact me if you have any questions, and hope you're all doing well. Miss you, and you guys take care of yourselves. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions.